we are going to study the subject sociology, okay, and we will study community, religion, family, class, industry, urbanization, values, so many other concepts in sociology. But the first thing you have to keep in mind that what is the context, okay, of the emergence of sociology as a subject. There is a history of everything, you understand? If I ask you what is your name, you say my name is Furqan, okay, then I'll ask you when was you born, you know? So you would say that I was born in 1995 or I was born in 1990 or I was born in 2000, you will say. So anything on this earth which is there is a time when it came into being, okay, it was born. So similarly sociology as a subject was also born at a time. So if you are studying this subject and if you get to know that when this subject was born, okay, when this subject emerged and what was the context of the emergence of this subject, then you will be in a better position to understand that what you are going to study in sociology. So today's lecture is the context of sociology, the background of sociology, the history of sociology, the time when sociology as a subject emerged, okay. So what we are going to do, we are reading Anthony Giddens, the well-known scholar, and his book Sociology and Introduction, a critical study, Sociology, a critical study, short but critical study, the book which he wrote in 1982-83. So in that book, Anthony Giddens had said, and he has given the background of sociology as a subject. When did that subject emerge? And when you know, then you will be in a better position to understand. So basically he is talking about, Anthony Giddens is talking about two revolutions. What he is talking about? Two revolutions. Do Inquilab, do Kranti, two kinds of revolution, which were the background, which were the major influence on the emergence of the subject sociology. What was the first revolution? The first revolution was the French Revolution, okay. You must have studied French Revolution in your class, 8th class, 10th class, 12th class. You might have studied this French Revolutions in your history paper. So the French Revolution took place in 1789, okay, in France. Where did it take place? France, not in India, okay, not in Sri Lanka, not in Australia. It took place in France, 1789. And French Revolution is very important in a sense that the slogan of French Revolution was equality, liberty and fraternity, okay. Liberty, equality and fraternity, freedom, all people are equal, and brotherhood, okay. So the French Revolutions is important in a sense that it gave us secular values like equality and liberty. If you look at history before French Revolution, you will find that generally and in many cases revolution has taken place inspired by religious ideas, okay. But here the French Revolution took place which was influenced by secular ideas like liberty, like equality. In our constitution also, the values of liberty and equalities are part of fundamental rights. Suppose if you want to eat something, if you want to eat, let's say, dal and chawal, okay, you want to eat rice and chawal. So the police inspector of your area cannot come to you and can say you eat roti and chawal, you eat roti and dal. Your food habit cannot be dictated by other. Similarly, your belief cannot be dictated by other. Your religious beliefs cannot be dictated by other. Where you want to go, whom you want to marry, what you want to eat, where you want to settle down, these are your own choice, okay? A state or the police or anybody cannot dictate to you. But earlier, what was the case in a, let's say in a traditional society, that your life is governed by the rules of the society, okay? The society will determine what you can do and what you cannot do. I am not saying that the influence of society is over. I am not saying. I am not saying that the influence of religion is over. I am not saying. Influence of religion is there. Influence of society is there. Sometimes religious beliefs and social beliefs, they work as a coercive instrument on you. But if there is a value like liberty in our constitution, there is a scope that you can exit from that coercive rules, and you can say I do not believe in that, I want to lead an independent life. That possibility was not there earlier. But now after the French Revolution, the idea of equality and liberty is there. Suppose I am, let's say my name is A, okay, and I follow religion B, and if tomorrow I want to say that I want to follow religion C, then our constitution has given freedom to that person. That person can take, let's say, change his religion from B to C, okay. Similarly, right now you are living in city A and tomorrow you want to live in city B, you can go and you can stay there. Your parents are saying that you marry girl A, but you want to marry girl B. You are free to marry girl B if you are adult, okay. So the quality of French Revolution is, the significance of French Revolution is that it has given us the idea of liberty and fraternity, and it has impacted not only French society, it has impacted not only European society, but it has impacted a society across the globe. So the first thing that you have to keep in mind is French Revolution. And French Revolution is important because French Revolution has broken down many traditional ties, many feudal ties, and it had built up, or it had paved the way for building up a modern and secular society. Whether it was complete, whether it was successful, whether it was full-hearted, whether it was half-hearted, that can be debated. But French Revolution was a bourgeois revolution. Bourgeois revolution in a sense that earlier the dominant classes in society were the feudal forces, but the emergent capitalist classes, they defeated the feudal classes, and the new class which became victorious, they were the bourgeoisie, they were the capitalist class, okay. So the French Revolution somehow is the symbol of the breaking down of the old order and beginning of a new order that is based on the modern values of secularism, of equality and liberty. Whether it was successful, whether it was not successful, whether it was full-hearted, whether it was half-hearted, that can be debated. The second important thing is also American Revolution. You understand American Revolution? America was a colony of the British Empire, but around 1776 Americans got independence, Americans became free, and after that what has happened, that democracy or a republican form of government came into being in America, in USSR, in USA, United States of America. So the revolution which has taken place in America is also the time when slavery is outlawed, when slavery is going away, when traditional classes are becoming weaker, new classes are emerging, and republican system is emerging, federal system is emerging, and some kind of democratic system is emerging. You have to also keep in mind that democracy which we see today right now was not there in 18th century. You understand? Earlier only those people can vote who were having property, who were rich. Even women were not allowed to vote. So slowly what has happened, because of the working class movements, slowly and slowly democracy became universal, where all people were allowed to vote irrespective of caste, class, gender, religion. Okay. So the American Revolution is also important in the sense that American revolutions put an end to colony. American revolutions brought an end to slavery. American Revolution brought a new system which is based on republicanism. American system ushered in a new system of democracy. Howsoever incomplete the democracy was, but the movement for democracy which we see today, what started with the French, with American revolutions and also with the French Revolution, because secular ideals were there. And the second revolution is what the Anthony Giddens has said. He has talked about French Revolution as a first great revolution, and he has also linked French revolutions with American Revolution. The second revolution is what it is called the Industrial Revolution. You understand? Industrial revolutions means that in Western Europe, some countries invented new technology. Some countries were able to produce goods on a larger scale, and a new class emerged which were controlling the factories. They were the owners of the, let's say, industry, and the people who were working there, they were laborers. So what has happened that in previous society, in previous regime, the workers who were working, let's say in a feudal society, they had some means of production. But in modern society, in capitalist society, in industrial society, they lost everything. Their properties were snatched, and now society were increasingly divided into two groups, haves and haves not. Haves were having all the property, they were having all the monies, they were controlling industry, and the majority of the people, they had nothing. They have to sell their property, their labor, and if they do not work, they will not be able to eat. So the industrial society was also the industrial revolution was also very powerful event in history, because economic order got changed. Okay, how economic order got changed? You have to keep in mind that production began at a very large scale. Instead of manual labor, what has happened? More and more machine was used. Production increased. Okay, things now were now produced at a cheaper labor. And the power of Western countries which became industrialized, they became very, very powerful. They became dominant forces, and what they have done, to sell their products, they needed raw materials, and they also needed market to sell their products. So with industrial revolution, you will also find that the European countries, they started looking for the markets in the third world countries, in Asia, in Africa, and in Latin America. And with industrial revolution, you could also see the link between industrial revolution and colonialism. Suppose if you are making this cap, okay, suppose you are making this cap. So to make this cap, you need cotton, you need industry, you need laborers, and you need also the market to sell. So what you will do, if in your locality, if people are having some, let's say, some wealth or some land, they will not come to work in your factory. So you have to dispossess them. You have to make workers completely without any property. That is, then they will be forced to come, and work your factory. So what has happened, that with industry, people became poorer. large number of people were made completely propertyless, and production has increased. So once production has increased, then your manager will call you, sir, we need more cotton. So you need the place from where you can snatch cotton, and then another manager will call you, sales manager, sir, we have produced so many cap, we need to sell it in some other market. So you need market also. So you could see that the industrial revolution did not only impact British society or Western society, but it has impacted the society at a large level. It has impacted society at a global level, and industrialization has also led to prosperity. It has also led to poverty. It has led to increase power of the capitalist classes, and at the same time it has led to the downgrading of the working classes. It has led to prosperity in the Western country. At the same time, it has led to exploitation of the third world countries. So industrialization is also linked with colonialism. You understand? If there is industrialization, there is also colonialism. There are some scholars who argue that industrialization in Europe could be possible because they were able to extract raw materials, they were able to exploit colonies. That is why they were able to achieve industrialization. So with industrialization, what is happening? Technological change is there, technological invention is there, and a large number of people are now becoming laborers. They are migrating to cities. Urbanization is happening. More and more people now are living a rural area. They are going to cities. You see, have you gone to Delhi, Bombay? Have you gone to Delhi and Bombay? You have seen Calcutta, Delhi, Bombay, big cities. So how could so many people are there? People are there because of the industrialization. When industry is there, you need laborers. So the laborers started migrating to cities. Okay, that is why if you are in Gulbarga, this is a small city, but if you go to Calcutta, if you go to Bombay, if you go to Delhi, you will find big cities because more people are living there, more workers are living there. So with industrialization, what will happen? Population will increase, population will migrate, workers will migrate to big cities, and with invention, with research in public in health, what is also happening? That medicine is being invented, antibiotic is coming, okay, and more drugs are coming, hospitals are opening up. So we will also see rise of population is there. Why there is a rise of population? Because life expectancy is increasing. Why there is a increase of life expectancy? Because more and more medicine is being invented, okay, science is making progress, hospitals are being built up, and child mortality is also going down because of the better public health. But these are all the positive aspects. The negative aspects is that there is a social conflict. Why there is a social conflict? Because very few people are becoming richer and richer. They are controlling everything. A large number of people are living in slums. They are living in a very bad condition. Suppose this is A is the owner of company B, and company B has 100 laborers. So 100 laborers are somehow surviving, but A is becoming more and more rich every day. So there will be a conflict between A and the laborers working in factory A. You understand? So the social conflicts will also be there, and this leads to class struggle also. You understand class struggle? What is class struggle? In Urdu, class struggle is called tabqati kashmokash. What is it called? Kashmokash. In Urdu, in Hindi it is called Varg Sangharsh. Class struggle means that when society is divided into two classes, one class is having access to resources, one class is having wealth, one class is owning properties and lands and everything, and the other class is without any property, and the other class is forced to work and if they do not work, then they will not be able to eat bread. So the class which is having all the property, the class which is controlling factories, the class which is getting all the profits, they are called bourgeoisie, they are called the capitalist class. And the workers who are working because they have no other means, they have no property, they have no tools, they have nothing, they are called workers or proletariat. Okay, so there is a tension between proletariat and the capitalists. There is a tension between rich and the poor. You understand? Because poor are exploited. And with modernity, what is happening? The traditional values are being challenged. Modern values are coming. Modernity is coming. And how far modernity is coming and how far tradition is getting diluted, these are also a very complex things. Now religious beliefs are also being questioned, secularism as a values is coming. So you will find that in a new society so many things are happening. People are migrating to cities, urbanization is happening, there is a conflict between the rich and the poor, there is a conflict between the workers and the workers and the capitalists. More and more wealth is being produced, rich people are becoming more richer, at the same time workers are not getting their proper salary, they are living in slums. Good health facilities are there for the rich people, but very bad health facilities are there for the poor people. And colonialism is also happening at the same time, because the industrialized West need raw material from the third world which are rich in resources, and they also use third world as a market for selling their finished products. So these are all the background that you have to keep in mind. If you have to keep in mind, you have to study sociology. What? Modernity, Industrial Revolution, French Revolution, migration of the people, rise of the working class, okay, rise of the working class, then inequality, secularism, breaking down of the family structure, new values are coming. Okay, so these things you have to keep in mind all the time. Now you are a scholar of sociology, you are a student of sociology. These issues are very controversial, these issues are very important, and you have to study these very points. Okay, now the question will be asked, with industrialization, okay, prosperity has increased. So people will say yes, prosperity is increasing, but why poor people have become more poorer? Laborers, okay. Why laborers were not given rights? So, okay, with modernity, what about the traditional values? So we will study these these are the broad topics which we will be studying whole through our life. Suppose urbanization, you understand that the rise of cities, more and more people are living in urban areas. So see, here I have only discussed urbanization as a term. There can be a paper on urbanization, cities, okay, working classes, laborers, health facilities in cities, how cities plant, okay, water facilities in city, conflict over water, suppose you go to Bangalore, okay, you are from Gulbarga, so many people say in Bangalore, oh, why people are coming from Gulbarga, okay. If you go to Delhi, then Delhi wala will think that you have come from the south. If people from south come to live in, let's say, Gulbarga, you will say, oh, you are from UP and Bihar. So what is happening, that if people migrate, it also leads to some kind of tension and conflict also. So the one word urbanization can be a paper. Class and industry can be a paper. Okay. So the point is that I have given you a holistic view why this subject is important, and you are a you are a student of law. Now you have to keep in mind how law is important. How law is important. If you have a better understanding of sociology, you will be able to understand law in a better way. This is what I have to say today, and in the next class you will be talking about what is sociology, what is its definition, what do you understand by sociology, what is its method, whether sociology should be studied as a science or whether it should be studied as a arts, okay, what is the subject matter of sociology, whether what is the definition of sociology, how scholars have disagree, what is the view of Kant, what is the view of Durkheim, Marx, Weber, Karl Marx. These people will be studying in the next class. Okay, if you have any question you can ask.